Okay, so I have my headphones on. I don't know how this quality gonna be. It looks sucky already. But whatever. I'm just not. I can't stress y'all. I cannot. I got too much going on. So I just got off the phone with the locksmith, and $200 to get me a new key, which is kind of okay because when I called my actual dealership, I'm sorry about this light. Let me turn this way. When I called the dealership where my mama bought the car from, they told me I would have to get it towed. I'm trying to hide the phone. They told me I would have to get it towed from. I'm kind of laying back too because I was gonna take a nap. Um, they told me I would have to get it towed to a place that's 30 minutes away. So I have to tow it there, get the key, drive it back. So that's gas to come back. That's paying the tow truck and then paying for the key. So I'm just gonna take the $200. So that takes my tide money. I didn't get to go to Mom Connection that I was gonna go to. That was $5. Because I didn't have my car and I didn't want to take my grandpa's car. And then I have $20 that I was gonna spend on Arpa's diapers that I was just gonna let roll to next month. I also was gonna let the Mom Connection roll to next month. So I just took that out and put it back in with the other money to make it 100, and then I was supposed to get an oil change, so that goes towards the key now. So I was short $20, so I took the $20 out of the gas. So then I was at what, 208. So I just took the $8 out and put it back in gas. So yeah, that's basically how this gonna go. And I just did my February budget at work, so I need to redo that now probably. So, but what this video is gonna be about is, let me I had to flip to it. Sorry. I'm sitting in the car waiting on my counseling appointment, so I don't have anything better to do. I was gonna take a nap, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna happen, just because my brain is moving too much, basically. So, small wins that you can celebrate at the start of your debt-free journey. So I was thinking about, like, you know how you watching people, and of course most of the people that's starting, well, on the Dave Ramsey plan, they're already on baby step 2. So they're already working on the debt snowball when you start watching them. But well, I go back and watch people's videos like all the way from the beginning, but a lot of people don't. So I was thinking if you all were starting with me, y'all will be looking for motivation, to keep going. Cause you already feel behind. Because instead of starting on baby step 1, if you like me anyway, instead of starting on baby step 1 to stay your emergency fund, you starting on baby step 0. You gotta get all your bills current. So the things that made me feel, I don't know, it kind of motivated me and it gave me like peace of mind. So the first thing was when I went and listed all my expenses. Like, of course, you know what your general expenses are because you know you like your certain due dates for stuff. But to actually write it out and be like looking at the list, you're like, oh, this is where all my money goes. Yeah. So that made me feel better because I could actually see where everything was. I actually knew the amount that I owed at places instead of kind of being like, oh, it's around $100. Oh, it's around $50. No, I know the exact amount. And then if I want to break it down, like ways to pay it off, I could do that. But it's just the fact that when you don't look at how much you owe on certain bills, or like, oh, I hate looking at my credit card bill. Like, it ain't even just the amount I owe, just looking at the total that I owe. And if I'm spending a lot of money, if I'm spending a lot of money, like I go somewhere like out of town or something like that, I do not check my balance until I get back. Like, no, 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 no. Cause then I be like, hold up, no, it kill my little mood. So, um, yeah, it's just a peace of mind knowing like what you actually need to do. So, like, the biggest thing for me is like doctor's bills, cause the doctor bill don't come to like when I had a baby. I didn't get a bill for the hospital until like almost a year later. You sitting there the whole time thinking, oh, I'm good. My insurance covered all this. No, ma'am. And then, so right now, I actually yesterday just got in the mail my bill from when I went for my sinus infection, and it was $70, but they had a $25 credit from when I was paying when I was supposed to be paying, so it's like $52 and some change. So now that I have that, instead of filing it on this thing on my counter and letting it sit there for like 6 months, and then they send me a letter saying it's going to collections, and I finally think about it, I could just go ahead and add it to my debt snowball. And then actually, that's my smallest debt, so I'll be able to pay that off first. Yeah. Okay. Second thing to look forward to: small wins. You can be happy for once to know that your bank account will not go in a negative. So me, I'm gonna show y'all what my budget used to look like. I got a paper at home. Like saved that one sheet so I can show y'all what my old budgets look like. And basically, it's just like I put how much I made, and then I say minus this, minus this, minus this, and I go all the way to the bottom, and I just that's my checklist. And then when I pay it, I put a check mark by it. That was it. So, of course, on payday, the first thing you want to do, go get something to eat. Well, poor people, that's what poor people like to do on payday, is go get something to eat. Because for a week and a half, they've been suffering. If you get paid every 2 weeks, for a week and a half, they've been suffering, being broke since last pay, and you've been wanting to eat fast food that whole time. So the first thing you gotta do, I'm like, I work hard enough to earn at least one meal out on the day, and I don't care how much it costs. You earn. That's what you're telling yourself anyway. You earn the fact that you need this meal. I used to buy like $30 meals on payday, like because I like hibachi. Hmm. Yeah, that's automatically gonna be like $30. Then so you know your account won't be in a negative because you did the zero based balance budget. So I think the first 2 months I left like $2 off, so it wouldn't be like 0 0 because my account was already at 0 0. Most people had like I guess a certain cushion in their account already, but us poor folks don't. So I like to have a $5 cushion, at least for like the change, if the change turn out funny or something like that. I don't know, just talking crazy. So then, after you make your list of everything that you have expenses, your bill's gonna be on time. You ain't gonna be paying them late because you actually know your due dates. So when I made the list of all my debts and all my expenses, I also wrote down the days they were due. Because like my phone bill, that's the last thing that I always pay. I know that it was due like the first week of the month because that's when they add my bill on, my new bill on. And so, also most if you watching this and you're poor folk, you would know that most people when they pay their bills like um, light bill, water bill, of course you don't pay by the pay by date. You pay by the cutoff date. Cause I mean, it's just 3 days in there. It's really not because you got a late fee. Well, our light company don't give us a late fee for lights. I don't think, but we do get one for water late fee. It's like $3 or something like that. It's a certain percentage. And so, yeah, you know what your bills are actually due. Like I didn't notice this at first, but when I actually started doing the first 2 months of the budget, like when I was still trying to figure it out, I was just like, hold up, I'm paying my light bill on time. Cause our light bill is due on the 30th, but I always like budgeted for like the 5th. Well, to pay it before the 5th, and of course I always pay it between like the last day of the month and the 5th. I never pay it before the last day of the month. So that was kind of cool. That was just in my opinion. Maybe it's not cool for y'all, but it's cool for me. Um, and then doing the cash envelopes, another thing to celebrate is you can actually feel your money. The money that you make is actually in your hands. You can see it. Like even I think this was the first month. This is my third month doing the Dave Ramsey budget. Um, this is the first month where I actually had money, and this is the most amount of money I had in my envelopes for like a long period of time, like 200 and almost $300 I've been walking around with in cash envelopes. Granted, since Friday, but normally I pay all my stuff like it's back to back to back to back, and then the rest of the time it's just wait till the next paycheck. So even though I've been walking around with it in my wallet, just the fact that I know I had the labels on it and I knew this is where it was going. It worked. That little Filofax thing worked better than the envelopes to me, but that's just me. Um, so in my mind, I actually processed that. Okay, this is going to this, so you can't use it for something else. So like, I didn't even think about using it for anything else. And this whole time, I've been feeling just as broke as if it was already spent, which I still have it because the situation with my key. So I didn't know what was really going to happen. So I was like, I might need to keep this for a little while. So I thought that was cool. So, because normally, for the first 2 months, I did what I normally do. I shuffle money. So once you spend all your food money and you pay a bill and you um over plan for that bill, so your bill is $30 and you budgeted out 35. Oh, I got $5 to eat out food with. That's where all my eating out money comes from when I was over guesstimating. So another thing I liked about the Dave Ramsey budget is when you're not guessing about your bills because they actually do come out about the same. So, let's take for instance my car insurance. My car insurance only changes it once every 6 months. I've been budgeting $100 for my car insurance, and my car insurance been going down ever since I had it, and it's been like 3 years. Well, on the car I have now, it's been like 3 years on that car. My insurance is $81.50. Why am I budgeting every month for $100? Just so I can eat out, just so I can. It really was a safety thing at first, but now it just seems stupid because I could have put $20 towards like a medical bill or something like that, thinking I didn't have any money to pay it. But you really had it, but you didn't see it that way because you just in your mind said, okay, this $100 is going towards car insurance. But just wanted to share with y'all some small wins that you can celebrate if you're on baby step 0. And um, let me tell y'all this. So supposedly, when I did my February budget, I would have money to go in my emergency fund to start my emergency fund. But after what we just talked about this key, paying this money for this key, so that means I have to come up with money for an oil change, that means I have to, come up with money for an oil change. I'm not doing the other thing. I just think about. Um, we'll have to see. Yeah. So that was just my little tidbit for today. See you guys later. Bye.